Hello everyone, it's your dude. That's right, I've evolved from a boy into a dude. I should still probably not be saying either one of those things, but here we are, and there's no coming back from it. Anyway, today, as you can see from the title, we're gonna be doing some low poly modeling again, except this time I'm gonna be making a house. And not just any kind of a house, but a house with an interior. I should have probably done something beforehand. I have an add-on installed that spawns a bunch of people as a reference for the size, but I don't know where it is. I think it's somewhere here, but we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out hopefully. So anyway, I'm gonna be making it's not gonna be a modular house per se, because you know that takes way too long, but a house with an exterior and an interior as well. So I don't know how this is gonna go. I legitimately have no plan in mind because that's sort of how I do these videos. To just sort of go in with an idea and then I just experiment. It's probably gonna be a multi-part video. Which, unlike my previous video, which was the bus, which I also said would be a multi-part, this one will be multi-part because I don't think I can make a house with an interior within like, what, 40 minutes, give or take. So, as every other time, let's delete everything and let's see if I can actually figure out how to... Oh, I can enable this now. Okay, so I think it's in the create, but it doesn't show up. It's not this. I don't know. Oh, Archimesh. There we go. Okay, is it this? It's not this. Okay, so good news. I have no idea how to do this. So we're just gonna wing it. We are just going to wing it. So Shift A. I'm gonna create a plane because again we're gonna be doing house from pieces, so we're gonna have to start making every part individually, so floors, walls, and stuff like that. So let's scale it to say how big are houses usually. I have no idea. Let's just go with 15 for the starters. So we can always scale it up and down. It doesn't matter. So this is gonna be the external floor essentially. We can just extrude that a little bit, right? So we can then insert it and we can then intrude. And this is sort of our foundation. We can extrude the foundation to have like go into the ground, but there's no need for that. I'm gonna work on the details of the exterior a bit later. For now, I just want to like really go super simple. So we're gonna create another plane. We're gonna scale it to 15 as well, but we are gonna resize it eventually. Rotate it by 90 degrees. We're gonna then, we're gonna go along the y-axis. There we go. Along the x-axis. There we go. So obviously this is way too big. We can scale it down just a tiny little bit. There we go. And then scale it by, we can go into edit mode, grab this, and then scale it down to like a facsimile of a wall or something like that. Then we can grab this, extrude it like that. There we go. We gotta figure out positioning. So let's go move it along the x-axis until it sort of overlaps just a little bit. Then we can move it down. There we go. Now obviously we have to do this, move it along the y-axis. There we go. Same thing over here, move it along the y-axis. There we go. Again, I'm going to be doing details a bit later. For now, I just want like pieces that I can then use. So let's just base foundation, base wall. There we go. Now I want to create a rooftop, I suppose. we can start with a cube this time around, size it up to about 20, move it up there, right? Scale it down, but we're gonna figure it out eventually. So there's a lot of ways you can do a rooftop. You can just do this, you know, and call it a day because that's technically a rooftop, right? But I want something a bit better, so I'm gonna do a bit of beveling. So select both of these, bevel them both, like so. And then in bevel options, we're gonna increase the number of segments to about 3. You can play then with this. There we go. Really, really lovely. You can then take this, insert it, select everything, remove by distance, right? Oh, my bad. Select this and this, then insert it. There we go. Select everything by distance, and you can then just bridge edge loops to create a sort of an arch. And then you can just delete the unnecessary faces, which are these. There we go. So now we have a facsimile of a rooftop. We can obviously always play around with it. But for now, I'm really just sort of doing the base minimum. Eventually, I'm going to have like a window here that's going to be sort of circular. So now we have like the base pieces of a house that we can now play around with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into a wall and I'm going to thicken it up. I'm going to, there we go. So I am going to thicken up the wall a little bit. There we go. I don't know whether I'm going to have individual walls or whether I am going to, actually I'm going to, I don't know. For now, I'm just going to keep it individually. So let's now move on. So this is going to be create a new collection. We're going to call this collection base modular parts, whatever. It doesn't matter at all. So we're going to select this. We're going to move here. So we have a facsimile of like the pieces that construed a house. And we're going to go back to detailing them a bit later. But now let's focus on things that every house needs. So let's just start creating like a very simple chair, for instance. So we're going to scale that by z-axis. Go in there. So making a low poly chair is super easy. Just a couple of edge loops. It's not going to be anything complicated or complex because we don't do that here. So then you just, oh yeah, I need to do another edge loop here. So then you just take these faces, extrude them down. You can play around. You can just leave it as a stool, honestly. Let's just do that. So for starters, we're going to name this, we'll just call it a stool. We are going to duplicate that, right? And this is going to be a chair. Super easy, right? And for chair, you can do a couple of things. You can extrude this part, or you can extrude these parts and then connect them to have the sort of gap that some chairs have. You can be a bit fancy. You can extrude and you can size them up or down, connect them, yada yada yada. I might actually do that. So let's be a bit fancy. So scale them down. There we go. Create a loop right there, and then take this, extrude along the y-axis and by distance. You can take this and this and this and just dissolve edges. No, you can't. So that's the overlap that I want to sort of avoid, even though it doesn't necessarily matter. But the way you can avoid it is just create an edge loop here that's approximately along the same Uh, yeah, that's about the same height. Yeah, sure, whatever. And then just take these two faces and fill. There we go. That looks absolutely weird. It does not work. Oh my god, I've completely forgotten. You can just do them individually, so it doesn't really matter, so just do them individually. That's what happens when you're trying to be fancy, right? Merge by distance, and I could take this and extrude it, right? To give it sort of a cushion. And I will take that. And I am just going to scale it down even further and then move it on the x-axis and move it further. And then you can extrude it again and scale it down. So now it looks like a bit of a, it looks stupid is what it looks, right? It looks very stupid, but it doesn't matter. We're trying to be creative here. And when you're being creative, things looking stupid is completely fine. It's not, but you know. So let's create another cube. Let's move that. This is going to be a table. We're going to have a few types of tables. So this is going to be just your basic sort of a dining table. There we go. You go into edit mode, and the same way you built the chair. I mean, you can do the 4 legs, you can do the central leg, where you only have one leg, and then you have this sort of a circular extension at the bottom. But I'm thinking I'm going to save that for the other type of a table that I'm going to have. So for this one, I have no idea what I'm planning, but I do know that I need 4 legs. So I'm going to make them a bit thicker. Because again, we're trying to make something unique here, but not too thick, right? So when you have these edge loops, that's a bit uneven, but it does not matter whatsoever because this is never going to see the light of a game. So you just extrude, then you can scale them up. By scaling them up, you're essentially just moving them outwardly rather than actually scaling them up, even though it does scale them up because it's scaling up the faces themselves, not the entire construct. And that gives them that outdoorsy type of it. This looks more like a bench now, to be honest. But no, so extrude that. It still looks like a bench, if I'm being completely honest with you. And that's not a good look for me. So I'm trying to figure out what I can do to make it look like a table. And I don't know, honestly. I'm looking at my dining table right now, and it looks exactly like this, with the exception that it has supremely thin legs. So let's actually do just that. So we're gonna insert. Yeah, that seems bad, right? We're gonna extrude. The catch is that my table is connected essentially here and here, and we're gonna do precisely that. So do that, and then it's really pronounced how different thicknesses these are once you extrude them, right? And that's gonna be a problem because connecting them is gonna create. Okay, we gotta go back to the start. So delete this. Let's create a plane this time around. Let's scale it up. Let's scale it up, right? We're gonna extrude that. There we go. We're gonna insert that just a little bit to create like a illusion that it's a bit different. And then what we can do is that. We gotta eye it, right? We gotta eye it. Which is never, it's never a thing you want to hear from, there we go. Oops. And yeah, that seems just about fine. So we take these, we insert them. Oh my God, they're still not even at all. So what we have to do is we take this and move them down a little bit to create. Yeah, that should be fine. So you take these faces, you extrude them. There we go. And then, sorry about that. Then we create an edge loop. Let's see if we can snapping. Let's do it with the edge. Okay. Yes, that worked. Okay, good. Now let's do the same thing, hopefully on the other side. So we do here, control to snap. There we go. And we also have this one over here. So we do that, control to snap. There we go. That's beautiful. And now let's actually, let's just do this and this, and then just extrude that ever so slightly. Do the same thing here, and then extrude that ever so slightly. There we go. That kind of looks like a dining table. We could make some changes and add some details, but I'm gonna leave that a bit later. So let's just name it dining table VIP, work in progress. So eventually we might get back to it and try to add a few details. So what else does a house need in terms of stuff, right? It needs a washing machine, I suppose. So let's try and make a washing machine. Oh my God, I just had this idea of a house where there's like tables and chairs and windows and a door, and you can sort of walk in, and it's all low poly heaven. But I forgot about the washing machines and fridges and TVs. I should make a TV. That's the easiest one. So yeah, let's actually make a TV first. So delete that, make a plane, rotate it by y-axis. There we go. Scale it up. Obviously, this scale is all sorts of whack, so I'm eventually going to have to rescale everything to relativistic sizes, which is going to be pain in the ass. But because this is not going to go into any game, I don't think, I don't have to be super careful about it, so it doesn't really matter that much. So we have a TV of sorts. Scale it up, and there we go. Go into edit mode. Oops. Did I mess that up? I kind of did actually. Okay. So take this, extrude it, scale it down. There we go. Then we can insert that, extrude it, scale it down. I'm not gonna have any of the ports or anything dumb like that because it's not gonna show, right? So what you can do is I'm gonna give it a small bevel like that, and just extrude it inwardly ever so slightly. And I'm pretty sure that kind of looks like my TV. Though the bevel should be a bit more pronounced, like that. Maybe move these a little bit. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And then we extrude in. Even though the actual TV doesn't have that deep, it has a small bevel, but yeah, this is good enough. So this is a TV. It looks amazing. So let's just TV. That was super easy. Now let's move to the washing machine that we started making. And oh my God, I barely use washing machine enough to know how to shape one. It has that circular thing at the center, so that's gonna be the most important thing. I'm not going to be doing any of the pipelines behind it because that's pain in the ass. Pipes in Blender can become a major pain in the asses. Plus, it's low poly, so it doesn't matter. And what's the point? So anyway, uh, as far as I know, washing machines aren't pure cubes, but they're probably the closest to the cubes. So let's just scale it up a little bit and then just slightly on the z-axis. Yeah, okay. So the first thing that I gotta do is we do this, and we do another one. So this is gonna be where all the buttons reside, right? I have no idea what sort of decorations washing machines have. Is this like smaller or bigger or what's happening? Anyway, the easiest way I can think to do the topology of a circle in the center is literally to just boolean it into the mesh. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a circle. I'm gonna see, that's not what I wanted. Delete it. So create a circle and do 16 vertices. Go into edit, immediately fill it up and just extrude it slightly. And then rotate that bad boy by 90 degrees, which is going to be the front. Let's just say it's going to be this. So move it, oops, move it out. What? Oh, right, I forgot. You have to select everything, then rotate it by 90 degrees. Oh my god. So move it out, and yeah. Then we exit, we go here, we go to tools, boolean. We can just do difference, it's fine. It should be okay. So now if we go, yeah, you can kind of see it, right? But you first have to apply it, and then when you go in here, you have a circle, which I messed up. It needs to be smaller, but you sort of see the difference, right? So if we go here, take the circle. Well, we have to exit the, okay. Scale it down, move it out, move it down, move it down a bit more. So that seems just about right? Okay, that seems just about right. So go back to the cube, apply. Okay, so we have sort of a washing circle. So what we can do is we can inset, right? And we can do this, and then you can take this and extrude it and scale it down, and it can sort of be a hatch that you use to open. A lot of the effect would go through with texturing, because you would have a different texture for this, which is essentially that I don't even know how you call it, that wrap that I'm too lazy to model, that uh, actually showcases that the wrap is actually outside and covers the body of the washing machine. I am way too lazy for that, because you would have to take all of these, then extrude them, and then scale them, and then move them back. Actually, yeah, that's... I don't know why I thought that would be a horror show. But anyway, let's add another edge loop down here, because I'm pretty sure that... Okay, let's do that. So, as far as I remember, there is like this thing here that I can insert and then extrude and then scale down. I don't know what it does. I just know that there's like a thing in the right corner when I close my eyes and imagine a washing machine, right? So let's insert. This is going to be where you put the softener, I'm pretty sure, as well as detergent. And we can, I don't have no idea what it looks like, but we can extrude it, right? Then we can move this a little bit, and oops, we can insert that and we can extrude it in. Nobody's gonna see this, but this is sort of the latch that you use to open it. It does not look like this whatsoever, but I have no idea what to do with the rest of this. Like, I know there's a bunch of like different they're not called valves, notches. What are they called? Like those circular things. I have no idea what they are, but we can quickly model a few of them. So we're gonna start with a circle, 16. That seems about right. Go into edit mode, fill it, extrude it, scale it down, insert, extrude, and scale it down. Okay, so that sort of looks like a thing. So I'm gonna go with that, but it also has, do I go with a plane or let's go with another circle. We're gonna do with 8 now. So have it again. It has that notch that you move left and right to sort of tell, oops, and it looks sort of like this, right? Maybe with like a thinner body as well. And then thin it out towards the top. Select everything and do that, and then scale it down. Yeah, this seems like just about right. So let's call it notch. Settings, notch. I have no idea. I need to name these things. What is this? Oh, this is that irrelevant thing that we can delete. So this is base notch. I don't know what these things are called, man. This is a cube that oh no, this is the washing machine. What the hell am I talking? Oh my god. Okay. So let's do this and let's okay, let's move this up. Let's scale it way down. There we go. Let's move it down and we're gonna scale it up like that. Scale it up again, move it a bit. Yeah, that seems about right. Then just drop it. It's an add-on that you can download, where essentially you just immediately drop something like this where you don't have to fiddle around with the details. So yeah, that seems about right, and it's good enough. Like, I don't care. So what then we do is we join these into one, and we're just gonna call it settings notch. So we enable the washing machine again, and where's the front? There is the front. Okay. So obviously scale it way down, rotated by 90, nope, rotated by 180, nope. Rotated by rotated by minus 90 degrees, yes, there we go. And then rotated by x-axis, there we go. And move it, okay, let's move it in, there we go. Move it up, move it up. Let's scale it way down. There we go. Move it out just a bit, and then move it here and move it there. Yeah, okay, so let's take this, let's insert it just a bit, and let's extrude it so I actually know where these things go, and then we can scale it down just a little bit. We can then exit that, go to settings. It has so many polys though, holy crap. Move it out. There we go, move it down. Move it further down, move it over here. And then scale it up. There we go, scale it a bit more up. Move it. And then you can just duplicate it a few times. I don't know whether this is how it goes, and I don't care. I am not a washing machine guy, okay? I have no idea what I'm doing here, man. So just join them all. Delete this. And go to washing machine, and let's try and insert, do this, do this, there we go, and insert again. Let's just do this real quick to check, and let's scale it down a bit, extrude and scale down, and that's like a thing in the rear, like I don't know what it does. And this looks like a washing machine to me. I don't know about you guys and gals, but this looks like a washing machine to me. The notches are way too big though. Let's scale them out, and this one is way too further apart. But maybe that's like a setting that's like super special, so it ought to be on this side. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it. There should be a button to turn it on. I don't care. Let's make a fridge. Let's make a fridge. I'm not gonna join these two, should I? No, I'm not gonna join them. I'm gonna create a new collection, actually, and I'm gonna call that collection washing machine. That's not how you spell machine. That's also not how you spell machine. Oh my god. No, wait, it is. Is it machine? I have no idea. English major, by the way, but my brain rot has taken over. So, we said a bridge, not a bridge, a fridge. Where's the cube? Oh no, there we go. Okay, so cube. Oh my god, did I mess up something? I don't know, we're gonna see. So, fridge, right? I just bought a new fridge actually, so I have like a general kind of ish idea of what it looks like. So I'm gonna try to make that. So let's scale it up a bit. Let's scale it up on the x-axis, and then scale it up, move it up. Let's go into edit mode, grab this, and make them a bit bigger. So my bridge has like two segments. It's not like a super modern, not bridge, fridge. Oh my god. It's not like a super modern fridge or anything like that. It just has like the freezer and the general purpose stuff. And then it has like that bit on the back. Let's actually immediately do the back. So extrude, scale down, and we're done. Like everything else is basically in the detail. Actually, that's not quite right. There is something here. Then we can take this, insert that, extrude it, and then scale it down, and that seems fine. But this here, insert, and then what you do is you take this, you move it down, and move this up. It has like a bunch of things sort of sticking out, I guess, for general maintenance and stuff. So let's take this and dissolve because we don't need it. What we do need, let's also dissolve this, is we need to create a loop like there, and then, oh my god, a loop like right here. And we're gonna need a loop. Let's go with here, and then a loop here, and then extrude this inwardly. Okay, yeah, that seems about right. Then what we can do is we can make a, wait a second, that's not what I wanted. Why isn't it looping to the front? Did I mess something up? I probably messed something up. It does not matter. What we can do is we can take a knife tool, And yeah, this is about right. Do that. There we go. And then take it again. There we go. And I keep forgetting that. And then inset, right? But with let's see if we can. Nope. Nope. What I wanted to do is basically this, but then I'd have to select vertices and oops, and merge these by center and add center. Does it still look weird? It kind of does. Yeah, it did not merge at all. But you know what? Screw it. You know what? I don't care. And then we extrude that in. No, it doesn't work. We gotta... How far back did this go? Okay, thank God. So take this and just extrude it. Forget the details. I just want to create like a visible separation. And then there's like a bunch of things on the top. Scale it down. Insert it. No, that's fine. Everything else is into texturing because I don't recall it having any details on the side. We have that opening that doesn't really work because I don't know the details, but looks like from afar and without, you know, trying to open it up or anything like that. This looks like a fridge, so let's just call it a fridge. Let me just drink a bit. It's water, guys. It's not alcohol, I promise. Despite the facts of my behavior, it is not alcohol. So that's a fridge. And let's do the last doodad for today. I was gonna go a microwave, but that's like TV levels of simple. Blender, damn, that's a bit too convoluted. Maybe a sink wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Yeah, let's do like a general purpose sink. So add, do I start with a cube and then, you know what? I'm gonna do the sink first and then the rest of the body, right? So let's scale that up. Obviously, it's not going to be 2.5 meters across, so that's just for the sake of working. So let's extrude it immediately. Ooh, that's too thick. We can't make it too thick. Yeah, that about seems right. So there are several ways we can do this. I'm thinking we do it through Boolean again with the circle. But for that, let's do some prep. So we do that. So let's actually insert a bit further. There we go. And then we create a circle. I'm going to go with 12. Let's go into edit mode and let's then shape it like a sink. Oh my God. Oh, crap. Okay, let's shape it like a sink. There we go. And there we go. That kind of looks like a sink, right? So we do that, we extrude, and maybe we scale it down a little bit like that. And then let's leave edit mode, not dining table, this guy, there we go. So let's then scale it up like that. Okay, then move it Then move it down. There we go. Does this seem fine-ish? Let's move it down. Let's scale it on the x-axis a little bit. Obviously, for an actual sink, you would put a lot more work into this. I don't wanna, so that's not gonna happen. So let's do the Boolean, and let's apply it, do that, and then we go into edit mode, and we have kind of a sink, right? What you can do is take all these and then scale them up or down. You can't really scale them down, but that's fine. That's fine. This is sort of a sink, right? You can do an inset, move it down, scale it further down, then move it up here again. And you can make a hole. There we go. Insert it again. Actually, don't do that. Oh, that's not what I wanted at all. But yeah, that seems kind of fine. What you kind of have to do is grab these and yeah, this basically create and let's actually make this a bit thicker because it needs to be a bit thicker, so I need more room here. So yeah, that's fine. So there's a bit of like a dip, but let's create a bigger dip. But then we have to do this. And yeah, that seems fine. There's like a dip so that the water goes down. Now we need a faucet, and oh my god, I don't want to make a faucet, dude. Um, uh, same. Um, what's the easiest way to make a faucet? I'm thinking probably like meshing together something from a circle again. So let's create a circle. Um, let's go back up to 16. And let's go into edit mode, vertices. Okay, let's figure this out. Okay, this can be like our base, right? That can be our base. So let's select everything, fill, but not the bevel. Christ. Fill, extrude. Does this look like a base? Let's try something that I don't know whether it will work. So grab these. Does this look like a faucet? I don't. Oh my god. So let's do that. And no, that does not work at all. That does not work at all. What do I do? How do I make this into a faucet that even remotely resembles a faucet? I don't know, honestly. I can just make it separately. Yeah, let's just make it separately. So this is gonna be like, let's insert it again, and then extrude down. Yeah, that seems fine. And then we can just do it from a cylinder. Hopefully, like, I don't know. So scale it down, move up, move over here, rotate it by Y, and then just, oops. Let's do, no, that doesn't work either. I could do it through piping, but that's gonna make too many polygons and it's gonna be super annoying. You know what? Let's just do this. Like it's gonna be fine. Uh, extrude it up. There we go. And then what we can do is we can create a couple of edge loops. There we go. And let's do that. There we go. Then we can insert, extrude, insert, and then extrude. Yeah, you know what? This seems completely fine. So let's do that. Yeah, there we go. We can then do, no, we can't. Let's first do that. Then we can do this to sort of even it out. And there we go. It sort of kind of looks like a faucet. Like, I don't care, dude. This is way more work than I thought I would put into a goddamn faucet, for crying out loud. Uh, it's such a tiny detail, but yeah. So sink, and so this is the faucet. Let's scale it down. Let's move it over here. Let's scale down, scale it up, maybe just a bit. Okay, that should be fine. And then just drop it. There we go. Does it make sense? No, it does not. I care? Not even in the slightest. So let's I can just make the rest of the bodies out of this, so it does not matter. So extrude that. There we go. Looks absolutely amazing. I don't care. So let's do an inset real quick. Extrude just a bit and scale it down. And we can then do some knifing for a handle. So take this, take that, and inset, scale, do that. Does it look like a hand? No, I don't care. What you can do is inset on the side, if I could. There we go. And then just do that. There you go. Now it looks like something that you can pull to open it up. And there we go. That's a sink, or at least my version of a sink. It does not look good. But you know what? Honestly, it could look much worse. So sink plus faucet. Why is fridge in here? So let's call this collection apply appliances. I'm pretty sure that's how you spell that. And yeah, let's set them all side by side. This cylinder is nothing, so that's gonna go away. There we go. Fridge. Stool. There we go. TV. There we go. Sink. There we go. Obviously sizes are all over the place. What I can quickly do though is create a plane, scale it up, right? Move it down. Actually, no, I'm gonna move, where's that plane? Okay, let's do that. Let's move these up. Let's enable the plane. There we go. And then what I can do is select all these and drop them. There we go. Well, what was that? I don't know. There we go. TV is a bit weird, but you can just rotate that and then do that. There we go. Unfortunately, faucet got detached, but you can just drop that separately. And there we go. We have our appliances of sorts, kind of. I can't even see my fridges opening. Why is that? Oh, it exists. It's just so tiny that it's basically imperceptible with that texture. That's fine. I don't care. So yeah, that's part one of creating a house with an interior. I didn't do much today, honestly. Let's just move these two collections into appliances. Just a few like base pieces that they're not final. I'm just sort of playing around a little bit with the notion of like doing a modular house and whatnot. I'm gonna figure everything out in the next part when it comes to the exterior. Today, I made some appliances, not all of them. I'm still missing stuff like a computer, computer table, a bunch of nightstands, drawers, wardrobe, cupboards for spices and food, and what else? Toilet, a bath, shower. So there's still a bunch of stuff to create. This was really just part one of making the easiest ones. That faucet looks way too big, dude. I'm just now realizing that thing is massive. That's like a weapon of mass destruction. I'm gonna have to make that a bit smaller. Obviously, the quality of these, let's call them products and be generous, is not that high because I'm doing this without a reference. I'm doing this out of my head. So I'm missing on all the details. But I think in like a low poly world, you can kind of get away with it. Not too much though. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching and stay tuned for the part two where I'm probably going to go back to just creating other household items before I eventually round out everything into a fully realized house. Not to scale though. So, cheers and see you the next time.